If we lived in a perfect, peaceful world where we trusted them and they trusted us, this mission wouldn't be necessary.
Star number 2.
But we got submarines and they got submarines. We send ours with nuclear weapons to their coast and they send theirs to ours. Mutually assured distrust. Since it isn't likely to change, our Navy flies planes like this to keep things honest. On board, 12 men in a training mission. The Navy has crews like this in the air, off both coasts, 24 hours a day.
It's almost like a chess game where you're plotting your own wits, i.e. the crew's wits, against the submarine commanders. And usually we're the ones that win.
Not that he's ever sunk a submarine, but Lieutenant Rick Cutting says this duty is as close as it comes to the real thing.
We get on top of them with our platform, and we find him. And that's our whole mission in life, is to find the submarine and destroy it if necessary.
So they fly from California to Alaska, sometimes 1,200 miles out to sea, sometimes on only 2 or 3 engines to save fuel and extend time in the air. Few things happen out here that these men don't see, and often they see it from only 200 feet above the water.
The average flight may last 12 to 15 hours. 4 hours getting there, 4 hours getting back, and the rest of the time spent on station looking for submarines. And that's when things get really interesting.
Confirming you had a swirl.
Aside from the flight crew, Cutting is the most important man on board, the tactical coordinator.
Turn around, let's mark the tracks, let's go inbound for the attack.
With this computer, he runs the attack, sort of like the quarterback.
Do you play video games? No? You don't have to? No, this kind of satisfies my need for that. This is, if you would, kind of a deadly video.
To find a deep-running sub, the crew drops sonobuoys from pods in the plane's belly. Some of these buoys use sonar. Others simply listen, relaying the signal back by radio, where men like Mike Garley use keen ears and mostly secret equipment to decipher the sounds.
Can you tell one submarine from another just by listening?
Just by listening? Oh, between a nuclear and a diesel, they make different noise. Yeah.
One man told us these sonobuoys are so sensitive that under good conditions, they'll detect the muffled sounds of submarine crew conversations.
How much is classified?
Quite a bit.
Can't tell me.
Can't tell you.
How come?
It's classified.
In fact, the Navy has so much classified equipment on board that you might say we only saw the tip of their electronic iceberg.
How small an object can you see on the surface of the ocean or underneath? Size-wise? Fairly small.
How small?
Small.
Headmaster Armand, bomb bay doors open.
Finally, if we really were at war, the bomb bay doors would open
Now.
and Rick would launch his weapons.
You always win? Oh, I lose once in a while, but usually a P3 crew always gets his man.
And that's the way the game is played. Sub-hunting. We practice killing them. They practice killing us. Perfect practice. Imperfect peace. In an imperfect world. From Mountain View, Wayne Friedman, News Center 4.
So far, they have proven to be noisier running submerged, easier to find with such systems as the P-3's magnetic anomaly detector. The United States also has advanced listening posts at choke points along Soviet sea lanes. But the ocean...
Here we have a sinking radar contact, sinker, set battle condition 1.
Soviet Premier Yuri Andropov, in an angry mood over U.S. deployment of Pershing II missiles last month, threatened to move his submarines closer to the United States coastline. It would not surprise the Golden Swordsman of Patrol Squadron 47. Far out to sea, the tactical commander, TACO as he is known, has radar contact. Probably a routine encounter with a merchant vessel. But each one in the long patrol track must be checked.
Hey, give us range and bearing to the contact.
Beneath the nose, like a periscope in reverse, the infrared camera deploys and scans, even through darkness and fog, for the target. Ironically, aboard this sub-hunter killer, there is a sense of being in a submarine of the sky, looking down and through the unseen environment of the sea. It is an innocent merchantman. Identity, course, speed, deck cargo, observed and logged. Patrol resuming. Tens of thousands of such P-3 missions are flown over the Pacific every year. An encounter with a Soviet submarine is not an everyday occurrence, but it is not unusual. On board, Sensor 3 listens through the long silences of sonar search. The pings coming back clear at 5-second intervals.
Sinker, set battle condition 1. ASW localization.
Sinker can mean only one thing. Radar has detected a periscope that has ducked beneath the sea. TACO has command in the job Orion is meant for, dropping to 1,000 feet. Sonobuoy loaded.
Snap out of drop, dropping now. At 1859 feet.
The Sonobuoy is sweet, as they say, transmitting back a clear signal. So skilled are sensor devices and their operators that they say they can tell not only if it's a Soviet submarine, but which one. The Soviets operate the largest submarine fleet in the world, some of them larger, faster than our own, and some with 4,000-mile range ballistic missiles that can be fired virtually from home port. But the Orion is not toothless. Harpoon missiles bear on surface targets, and torpedoes tied to the magnetic anomaly detection system, MAD, seek out subs.
Okay, coordinates on the next drop. I'll be dropping a smoke. Dropping now. 8 away, smoke away. Time to move away. Bombay doors open.
Bombay doors open, turning on target.
Man, Sensor 3, TACO, stand by mad. Man. Weapon away.
It didn't happen. This was just a drill. But it was only yesterday, with Patrol Squadron 47 out of Moffett Field, St. Fenley, Channel 7 News.